So almost everything in this sandy desert environment has thorns. This bush right here is just totally loaded with thorns. I just can't imagine trying to run through the brush and into all of these thorns. Makes me wonder what's in that hole. We finally got to the Texas state line, and I wanted to stop here to get some pictures because a group of us had stopped at this exact same spot and got some pictures. So this is the Texas state line. One of the things that I noticed driving today is we in 1995 did not have rumble strips along the side of the road. I was just noticing today that some of the rumble strips are like a foot and a half wide, it seems like, which would only leave you another foot and a half to even ride on the other side of the trail. So that's something that we didn't have in 1995, and that was rumble strips, which is a good thing because those things are huge. There's just no way you could ride over them with a bicycle. So
yeah, if you were riding over this highway right now, you'd have a pretty narrow point between that white line and where the rumble strips are to actually ride your bike, eh?
Yeah, had rumble you right off the road. So we were in Brownfield, Texas, and this was the end of day 9 on my trip, and we had rode from Roswell, New Mexico to Brownsfield, and it was about 140 miles, and it has got to be some of the flattest country I think I've ever seen. In 140 miles, there was only 1,300 feet of elevation gain, and it's just so flat. You could see a telephone pole from 10 miles in any different direction. So anyway, we stayed at the Best Western Hotel here in Brownfield, and this was the end of day 9. So.
Well, we finished up in Brownsville and we headed down to a local Allen Henry local park. It's actually a local municipal. I actually had a great conversation with the park ranger there and just about Texas state parks and just how good they were to camp in. So moving forward, I think we're going to try some of those. But it's amazing, these little spots you have out in Texas. Everything up on top is just flat and the same old, farmland, nothing. And then you drop down into these really pristine little lakes with a ton of wildlife and a ton of beauty. And we just found just a wonderful camp spot. Then we got to see the Easter Bunny.
This was the end of day 10. We had traveled from Brownsfield, Texas, and now we're in a little town called Aspermont, Texas, and it was approximately 130 miles. And again, this country is just so incredibly flat. It's just unbelievable, and it's we only had about 1,000 feet of elevation gain in that 130 miles. But this is one of the hotels that we stayed at, and again, it's surprising that it's still here. But you know, this was one of them. So
Yeah, it looks like it's just a local hotel, right? So it's probably always been that way.
yeah. Well,
These are the thorniest bushes we have ever seen. They're all over Texas. Possum Kingdom State Park in Texas, just southeast of Graham, which is one of the towns where Doug went through on his bike trip. These state parks seem to be very well taken care of. And we lucked out, and there's hardly anybody here. I mean, there must be, maybe there's a dozen campers around the state park. I guess it's just after spring break here, so the last couple of weeks they were packed, and our timing is wonderful because we just about have the whole park to ourselves.